Hey Crafty friend, it's me, Justine. Today, this video is going to be talking about the clubs and showing them to you. I've had a few people request that I do this on the first of the month, so we're going to give it a try and try it out today. So let's talk about these. So if you don't know, hello, I'm Justine. I am a card maker and I work with Spellbinders a lot and other companies, but I receive the clubs early because I am an influencer, so I make the products so I can show you examples. So I get these early. So if you don't have these and you're a club member, don't worry. They will come to you if you do subscribe. So let's just chat about them for just a minute. Now I have all of mine. Well, the reason why I said that is because I don't have mine in the pretty packaging like you might be used to. For example, here is like the Simon Hurley pretty packaging from last month. You see it has a gorgeous packaging. It's all put together. Mine come in little baggies, so I put these on metal so I can work with them and they don't get lost in my craft room. So let's chat about the clubs. So first, let's talk about the BetterPress club, which now I can't find. Of course I can't find that one since I'm making the video. There it is. I've been playing around with it, so it's been around. So I'm filming this now, but so this BetterPress club is the first BetterPress club that has a registration plate with it. You can see there. Yeah, mine's a little messy. I've been playing, but you can see you can make the outside of the embroidery floss holder or the bobbin, if you will, and then you can set this plate on top and then change out the ribbon color or the floss color. So that is super neat. There's also a scissors and a thimble, and then the scissors and the thimble and the bobbin all have a coordinating die to cut that out. And then there are 3 sentiments. Let's see what they say. I will pop a picture on the screen of the pretty packaging so you can see it as well. But this one says, best stitches on your birthday, and then stitched just for you, and then also sending stitchy hugs. So lots of cute little sentiments on there. And again, it's the first club that has a registration plate, so that is super neat. And I watercolored with this one and I love the results. So we're gonna have to come back in a few days to see the results on that one. Next, let's talk about stitching because I love stitching. If you are new to stitching and want a full tutorial and everything, I do have a Stitching 101 series on my channel. So here's a look at the stitching club for this month. Looks pretty neat, doesn't it? It's kind of like this wall hanging, and it reminds me of one of the kind of only heirlooms or like keepsakes, if you will, that I have from my own grandmother. So I'll get into that when I film my stitching video. But it's beautiful. It has like this wall hanging look to it, and that's kind of what I'm talking about before, but it's called the stitched wall hanging. So it has this big kind of hoop thing, and then this little piece here to hang it up, and then there's several flowers. I don't know why I said that's so weird. Flowers. And a little tag that says hi, and then also for you. So you can kind of mix and match and make some really fun projects. I have 3 to show you in my very next video, which will be my stitching one. Next, let's move to the large die. This one made me so excited when I saw the picture. I'll pop a picture on the screen of what it looks like, but this is so neat because it's perfect for anyone in your life that is kind of like a stitcher or a seamstress. I personally have a lot of those ladies in my life. So this one's called Pins and Needles Jar. And even if you're not interested in the stitching aspect of this, the jar is really cool because you don't have to add the stitching parts to have the jar. So if you want the mason jar, it's a great deal. You would just basically cut off this puffy part that's for the pins to stick into. But it comes with a very fancy scissors, bobby pins, bobbins, buttons. There's a die to change the thread on the embroidery floss, a mini embroidery floss, a needle, a thread, a pin, all sorts of little bits and bobs to make a really cute little jar. And, oh, my mistake, this For You is supposed to go with this one. Sometimes my dies get a little mixed up. Okay, there we have it. So there's the large die. And I do have a card with that coming up on Sunday, so stay tuned. And then here's the small die of the month. And now this one I used a whole lot, and I used it so much that I misplaced one of the dies because I was using it so much, and that's the thanks die. I made a whole bunch of thank you cards with this one. I will be showing and making with that die on my large and small die of the month video that will come out on Sunday. So this one is called the Faux Stitched Sentiments and Floss. So you can make a whole bunch of these little embroidery floss packages, and you can add the little details to them to make the embroidery floss, or you can just grab this as a sentiment pack. I think it's a great one. It has For You, Happy, Hello, and Thanks. Now, to up the game a little bit here, to make these really pop, if you have the caboodle and you get the stitched, well, if you get the sentiments as well from the stamp set, I'll put a picture on the screen since that's a little bit difficult to see on camera, but you can pair these two together and make things like happy and then add the birthday, or happy you are in my life, thanks for all you do, you make me so happy. So it's fun to mix and match. And then there are some coordinating dies which come with this. There's happy and high, can be completely cut out. This really sweet little heart you can stamp and then die cut out. And then there are 3 other die cuts. There are for the other sentiments. This one that says handmade, and then take it 1 stitch at a time and stitch just for you, which I think this one is so cool. You could put that on any of your stitching projects, and you could even put that on the back of a card and sign your name. Or this one that says handmade, and then, you know, love grandma, love Uncle George, whoever you are, you can write that on the back. So I think that is super neat. And so that's why I really liked this stamp set. I love when the clubs coordinate. That is just my absolute favorite. But with this stamp set, it's called Happy Stitching. There's 16 clear stamps, and then there are, let's see how many dies, 1, 2, 3, 7 dies. So that is a really good deal for you. And then now let's talk about the Glimmer. So this one I found to be kind of interesting. The Glimmer is all of these here, and then these sentiments. So I will put a nice picture on the screen for you to see there. But it is some stitching, and they're all Glimmer pieces. So again, it's coordinating with the overall theme of the month. Sometimes they're not coordinating, sometimes they are. This month they are. And this one's called So Amazing. And you get a bunch of different sentiments and also a kind of a banner die cut that goes with these. And then they are curved, so that's kind of a unique part of that. And then I'll come back to the free item in just a minute here, but let's talk about these stencils. These were the first thing that I reached for when I opened up my package for this month's club, because they are so unique. This is different than, you know, a flower, or basically a flower. There's been a lot of florals lately, and I just get really excited when I see something like this because it, to me, is really innovative. And there's 5 stencils here. I've used this on 3 cards so far, and I want to make another one. So I'm gonna be making these again. So I didn't even put them back in the little bag that they came in because they need to be out and ready for me. But again, you can go ahead and coordinate this with other items from this club. So this one's called the Rainbow Floss Background. You don't have to do it rainbow. You could make it monotone. You could make an ombre look. You could go two-tone, which is what's on the package there, but it's just really a fun stencil, and I love it. I love interesting things like that. So there's the packaging. Now let's talk embossing folders. So here's a look at the 3D embossing folder. So there's some needles and thread. The 3D element of this one is very strong. It is definitely looking 3D. It looks like there's actually needles on your project. I'll again put a picture of what that looks like on the screen for you, but it's definitely 3D, and that's called One Stitch at a Time if you are interested in grabbing that, but it is really cool. And then the regular embossing folder of the month. Here's a look at that. It kind of has this little faux stitching look to it. So to me, it definitely coordinates with the theme here, but you could use this with other things like Mother's Day, Father's Day, wedding, birthday. You can really turn that into anything, and that is called the faux stitched petal. So it's kind of a flower, but not really. Okay, now let's talk about the free items. So if you are going to grab the caboodle, which is the best value, you will receive a free item with the caboodle, and you're going to get this one. It's called Pins and Needles Sentiment. So it's the CLD, which is the code that they use there, but you're going to get some cutting dies there, and they say stitched with love, so many thanks, and handmade for you. So they are kind of a curved banner, and they are really cute, and again, coordinate with everything. So there is a look basically at all of the clubs. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you are a current subscriber, you can go ahead and sign up this day, today, the 1st. Or if you are not a subscriber yet to the clubs, you're going to have to wait until the 6th, but then you can shop away. If you're interested in this month's items, make sure that you sign up before or like during the window. So if you are brand new to the clubs, you have from the 6th to the 27th to sign up. And then if you don't do it in that window, they might bring some of these back, they might not. It just depends on their supply. So that's kind of the fun part about the clubs, are that you're going to get a value if you get it now. If you wait and see if they go back on the website in like the a la carte style or single, you're going to pay more. Like for example, the large die, I'm pretty sure when they go to the a la carte, they are about $40, which is, I mean, it's kind of expensive, but look at all the metal that's there and all of the cutting dies there. So it is quite a lot of product, but if you grab the large die club during the subscription window, it's $27.50. So to me, it's worth it. And then if you're going to spend $27.50 and you like anything else, you might as well get the caboodle, because again, it is the best value for sure. Yeah, here we go. Here's from last month. The floral bunny basket is now, that's the February one, is now on the website for $40 even. And that same die was sold for $27.50 during the month of February. So save yourself a little dough and go ahead and sign up for the club, and you won't be disappointed. I know you won't. But the deluxe caboodle is $120, so I know that is quite a lot, but if you like a bunch of the things from the month, it's worth it. Because let's say you want the large die, and maybe you want the embossing folder, and maybe you want the stencils. Let me just do some quick math there of what that would be. So just for those 3 clubs, you're already at $56.50, so that's about halfway to the caboodle price. And then if you got the caboodle, you would get, oh, I forgot about the wax seal. How can I forget about the wax seal? Oh, okay, we'll get to that in just a minute. I'll stick it here so I can remember. But you're getting about half. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more products, and you can get, I mean, that's double the product. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. Here is this wax seal of the month. I don't know why I forgot to mention this, but it's so cute. Look at that. It's a heart that's been cross-stitched with a needle, some wax sealed templates to use this kit. So that will be up on my channel sometime. And then also with the wax seal of the month, every month you get some wax beads, which this month it is that, what is this called? Cloudy Sky, which I'm pretty sure coordinates with one of the Spellbinders paper called Cloudy Sky. I could be wrong on that, but it definitely coordinates with one of the papers. I am terrible with remembering the paper names, but that's just how it goes. But it definitely coordinates with one of the papers. And then also with the Glimmer Club, you get a roll of Glimmer foil. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Anyway, like I said, if you have questions, let me know in the comments. I would gladly answer them, and I can point you to like the Q&A section. I'll leave that in the description just in case you don't feel like writing a comment and waiting for a response. You can go ahead and grab the link to the Q&A, and maybe your question will be answered even quicker. But I'll do my very best to answer questions for you in the comments. So there you go. Let's get to making. I am so excited to go ahead and start filming. So today I'm going to put out the stitching club, and then I think because everything coordinates, I'm going to put out just 4 videos this month besides this one. So we're going to have the stitching, and then we're going to have large and small die, and then we're going to have the BetterPress. And then I'm going to do kind of a catch-all video because I've had a lot of fun with this already. I have 6 cards that I have not even done on camera. Just played around and enjoyed the process of card making. So be on the lookout for those coming. A bolo. I just put a bolo out on my own videos. Yikes. Okay, anyway, we'll see you next time. Bye, crafty friend.